Hey everyone, so today in this video we are going to talk about what Fiverr Pro is and what is the benefit you will be getting if you become a Fiverr Pro Vetted seller, and what is the difference between a Fiverr Pro client and a Fiverr Pro seller, and what are the benefits that I usually get as a Fiverr Pro seller by myself, so that you can see and hear about my experience with this Fiverr Pro vetted services that I offer. And I hope it is going to give you the idea of how you can start your career as a professional. So let's start by explaining what Fiverr Pro is and who it is for. So Fiverr Pro is basically a badge that showcases you as a top tier um, engineer or a top tier person who actually is specialized for the service that he offers. So it's not necessarily have to be something an engineer of. It can be an expert with graphics design, it can be video editing and any other sector too. So I am a pro verified seller in software development and backend development because I offer software development services as a backend engineer. So that is why Fiverr has selected me as a Fiverr Pro seller, and I am also a top rated seller. But there's one thing, the label system that Fiverr offers is completely different from Fiverr Pro badge. So if you don't have any badge at all, I mean, if you don't have any level at all, you can still be a Fiverr Pro seller if you have enough proof to confirm that you are an expert in your field. For example, if you start your career on Fiverr as someone new who just created his account on Fiverr, you can actually showcase your experience with your previous clients. And if you have been working in the same sector already for long years, you can actually show your expertise and proof of working with clients there, and Fiverr Pro team will evaluate your experience and they can choose you to become a Fiverr Pro seller. So the benefits that you will get is, normally Fiverr Pro clients are basically different big companies, and usually people who actually does not care about money, but they actually care about quality over anything else. So they are normally big companies, as you can see. uh, this is the landing page that they usually offer for Fiverr Pro buyers, and the difference between Fiverr Pro buyers and Fiverr Pro sellers is basically buyers are who actually purchase a service from Fiverr Pro sellers, and sellers are the one who are experts in their services that they offer. So as you can see, there are different categories like UI, UX, web development, SEO, video and animation, e-commerce, chatbots, and a lot of different other categories as well. So here you can see we have software development. So if you go to here, you will see a lot of software developer who are pro vetted. So as you can see, there are a lot of them, and as you can see, they have been an expert in their sector. That is why they are actually displayed here. And as you can see, there are a lot of pro-vetted sellers, and when the client actually looks for software developers, they usually reach out for this type of sellers, and they can actually give them big to small projects depending on what they are looking for. So here you can see, if you go to desktop application, so let's try to press and hold. So all right. Okay, here we are. So we are currently inside desktop application. So I'm actually trying to find myself in the list. So let me see if I am listed here, but it does not seem to be the case. Maybe they listed me somewhere else, I think. Or what is the criteria that they are actually looking for? Let me look into more other areas. Maybe I'm under scripting. Okay, yeah. Here I am. So as you can see, I'm a top-rated seller who is offering services for over 8 years so far. And basically, what benefit you are going to get is um, normally the clients of Fiverr Pro is usually some clients that actually offers um, high priced services, I mean high priced projects. And with Fiverr Pro you will be able to get a special recognition, so if they want to hire someone they can easily find you, and you are actually handpicked by Fiverr team, so that you are easily recognized and you are easily visible in the marketplace. So if they search for something, you will always come on top of any other service provider in Fiverr and Fiverr Pro website. So that is where you will get the special benefit. So when you want to start your career as a Fiverr Pro seller, you must have to submit your application. So if you click here, it will take you to a form where you will start searching for specific category that you want to apply on. And here you can see we have a lot of subcategories. For example, here you can see we have AI development. So you can simply just click on here, and it will take you to this form where you will be able to write your first name, last name, as well as Fiverr username and the email associated with it and all other information. And once you submit all the information, for example, if you click here, it will load up additional categories, and you have to select relevant skills like what you are expert at. So I am an expert in Python automation. So if you can simply just add things like this and all other um, relevant references to confirm that you are an expert with this. And once you submit all the answers and submit, they will take like 3 to 4 months to actually evaluate your submission, and then you will be responded with with their Fiverr Pro selection team, and then they will actually determine whether you are a suitable candidate for being a Fiverr Pro seller, and then they will allow you to create Fiverr Pro gig that usually appears when you search for something, any service. And basically Fiverr Pro gigs are different than normal gigs. For example, if you go to web applications, and then here if you want to go to full catalog, this will show us different gigs. And here we will see that normally Fiverr Pro gigs will have a Pro badge, and like you here you can see that will show something like this, and this person is a vetted Pro seller for this particular type of service. So normally you will get high priority over any other sellers in the marketplace, and that is how you will be shortlisted when a client is looking for a specific type of service. So that is how you will be actually able to um, get benefit from Fiverr Pro seller, and that's what you actually have to submit with, and that's how you will be able to benefit from being a Fiverr Pro seller. So the main criteria you must have to follow, that is you must have to be an expert in your niche. For example, if you are an expert in programming and tech, for example, let's say you are a Python expert, you must have to show your expertise of who you have worked with. And one important thing you have to be careful about before submitting your application, uh, that is you must have to be an expert who actually has been already working in this industry with a lot of clients. So if you're someone who actually knows how to do it but did not have any previous experience of working with people of your industry, then you are not a suitable candidate for being a Fiverr Pro seller. And there are some benefits that you are going to get if you actually become a Fiverr Pro seller. That is, you will have a Pro badge, then you will have access to premium clients who are actually looking for bigger projects, and they actually look for specialized persons for their projects. And you have the ability to get paid by the hour. Normally it is not available to everyone. Also you will get special feature availability of Fiverr compared to any other sellers, so you will have high priority over anything else. And you have onboarding support where the dedicated session will walk you through what are the benefits you are going to get as a Fiverr Pro seller. So there is a plus. Also they have Pro only have for exclusive upskill opportunity, as well as Fiverr personally also have a forum where you will be able to actually look for particular skill that are actually internally handled by Fiverr. So they may post in forum instead of brief or any other way. And if you respond to the forum post that you are interested to work on a certain project, so in that case you will have a higher chance to win that project from the forum. So this is what you will get exclusively as a Fiverr Pro seller. And the next one is the customer protection. For example, if a pro client is unsatisfied and if they cancel an order, you will still get paid within 14 days. So there are some policies that you have to read that will be applicable. So here you can see we have a lot of details here, as you can see. So here you can see this is the okay, yeah, this is the policy page that you have to read in order to understand how satisfaction guarantee is uh, applicable. And I think that's what you will actually get as a Fiverr Pro seller as a benefit. So these are the things that helps you a lot. Also, Fiverr Pro sellers have higher priority over anything else. So, for example, if your client wants to communicate with you on uh, any external platform than Fiverr, as a Fiverr Pro seller you have the ability to uh, communicate with them outside of Fiverr, uh, as long as you have an order with the client in Fiverr, and as long as you document everything that you discussed with your client on Fiverr, so that there is a record of what you actually discussed. And that way you won't have any trouble with Fiverr even if you communicate with them anywhere else than Fiverr. So they give you this freedom, but you must have to be careful that you don't misuse this ability to bring your client outside of Fiverr. That is not allowed, so be careful about that. So here you can see, so these are the area they actually look when they select you. For example, your skill and expertise, your delivery quality, and work and education. For example, I have been selected as a software developer because I have a CSA degree, and also I have enough records of working in the similar section on different marketplaces already. So it helped me actually get selected as a Fiverr Pro seller in the software development section. Also, your client satisfaction level is important, and your active digital presence, which means if you have an up-to-date profile on different social media platforms such as LinkedIn, and your fluent communication in English is very important, because if you don't have uh, fluency in English, or if you don't communicate well with your clients, you won't be selected as a Fiverr Pro seller. Because in Fiverr Pro, when you become a Fiverr Pro seller, you will get a lot of messages from Fiverr Pro clients who will actually want to jump on a call with you. So if you struggle to speak in English, you will still fail in actually converting your client to a successful order. So in that case, language proficiency is very important. So you must have to be an expert in English, and you should have a fluency in English, so that you don't get any barrier while discussing with your clients. Also, you have high motivation, as you can see. So you have to have a desire to work with businesses and professionalism, because when you work with clients of Fiverr Pro, you must have to be professional with your approach as well as your communication level. Also, your performance metrics is very important. So in my case, I had like 5 to 600 plus reviews when got selected as a Fiverr Pro seller, as well as I had a great background in Upwork as well as Guru.com website. So it actually helped me a lot to get selected. So I think this is the main thing that you must have to follow in order to become a Fiverr Pro seller. So let's say let's do a recap of everything. So there are two types of Fiverr Pro accounts, that is one for the clients and one for the freelancers. So as a freelancer, you become a Pro Vetted seller, and as a Fiverr Pro client, they are actually selected as a Fiverr Pro client, which is a paid badge. So they actually pay for subscription as far as I know. And when you get selected as a Fiverr Pro seller, there is no hidden fee or any kind of fee that you have to pay as a freelancer. So that is the thing that you have to be assured of, because it is completely free, and you must have to be an expert in your industry. For example, if you are a software engineer, you must have to have proven record of working with people who were related to this category. So you have to show your proof as you saw in the submit application form. And I think that's the main thing you must have to be careful about. And if your submission fails, you will have 6 months to apply again. So within the 6 months you cannot apply to the specific category. And in Fiverr Pro selection process, you can actually apply in multiple categories. For example, if you are an expert in web development and an expert in let's say website to app conversion, or maybe you are an expert in Python as well as you are an expert in any other programming language like Java or React, then you can actually apply on multiple ones, showing relevant expertise of working with people who actually took services related to that. You can then get selected for multiple categories. So that's the thing. And other than that, I think that's what is all about the Fiverr Pro selection process. So, as I mentioned earlier, it is not related to the regular level system that Fiverr offers. So, if you do not have any level, you can still be a Fiverr Pro seller. And even if your seller level goes back to new seller instead of top rated, you can still be a Fiverr Pro vetted seller. So, that's the plus point you have here. And as you can understand, that Fiverr Pro badge is basically a recognition of who you actually are and your expertise with your category. And I think that's all for this video today. And let me know if you still have any question about this. And I hope you learned something, and I hope you got the idea of what you have to do in order to submit your application as a Fiverr Pro seller. And you must have to make sure that you provide all the necessary information in order to submit your application, because there are a lot of things that you must have to be filling up. For example, you must have to show as much as information, like as much as your work experience, as well as your portfolio mainly, and your high paid project, that is basically that actually proves how expert you are, and why they actually should select you as a Fiverr Pro seller. So that's the main thing. And the answer to this one is yes, because you must have to attend Zoom calls, and you have to select yes for this one as well. And in ideal case, maybe you can actually choose depending on what your use case is, and don't try to actually write wrong information, because it is going to decline your application in that case. So I think that's all for this video, and please feel free to write down in the comment section below if you have any question about this. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.